longer just an option in the field, it was a priority. Like, it's not an option, it's the top priority. So why it works and personal reflections and such. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey in the tech space?
Hi, Lucy. Hi, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Thank you, Okwe. We can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. I like the energy in the house. Kindly use your favorite emoji? Let's keep the energy really high. Everyone, use your favorite emoji. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm excited already. All right. So, Opeyemi Agbola, you can call me Better, by the way, because some people also call me Better. And
Nice.
I've been in the tech space for over 10 years. So if you're not up to 10 years old, just know that my experience in the tech space is older than you. I'm just kidding. I thinking back now, it brought back some sort of nostalgia, right? I have a background in mathematics and statistics. So I remember my journey pretty much started with data analytics, or we used to call it data analysis. By the way, analytics is a more recent concept that we use, to describe the tools and technologies around data, right? Those days we're always bragging, having experience in Excel and SPSS. I remember attending a conference at the Federal University of Technology, Akure. A professor had just returned from the US and he was, doing a seminar on data science. And it was really, really exciting, right? It was a 2-hour session and I was really, intrigued. And, I opted to join his training. So I pretty much started as a data analyst and then went into data science, right? And over the years, I have evolved into becoming an AI specialist. You cannot do AI without having a sound grasp of data, right? I'm a very multidisciplinary person. If you ask me, my core field of research and work is health. I'm a health practitioner and also a statistician and a business consultant. So looking at things from business side and tech, I would say that a lot of evolution has happened within different business verticals, over time. And personally, I have responded to those changes. So my career pretty much has been me working as an entrepreneur. I have built AI systems for businesses. I've provided consulting services that focused on, building dashboards and different, automations for businesses. So while I've, done corporate setting work, it's just like 5% of my career life. I've been more of, an entrepreneur. And I think some of you would actually explore that. While it looks like the default mindset of anyone who takes a training like this is to, maybe work with an organization, all of that. That's beautiful. But some people would be actually entrepreneurs who would be providing, consulting services and, maybe even freelancing. Yes, so that's it in a bit. It's been 10, 11 beautiful years so far. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Imagine 10 years, 11 years and counting that Okwe has been in the tech space. Wow, you are indeed a great person, and this has really had a great one on you. Judging from the way you're putting everything together, I'm sure you have like an amazing experience so far. So thank you so much for that brief, and thank you for telling us about your journey. So Oluwapelumi, can you tell us a little bit about your journey into the tech space and what has it been for you? Like, how has it been? Was it easy transitioning, or was it a little hiccups here and there? So we want to know. Pelumi, can you hear me? If you're talking, I guess you're muted. Okay, while Pelumi is getting ready to speak, Daniel, can we have you? If you're ready, let's meet you. How has it been with your journey transitioning into the tech space, and what was your journey so far? Can you go on with that?
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to. If you can hear me, can we signify with our favorite emojis? Uh, okay. I want to celebrate our senior colleague who has 10 years, you know, in the field. I celebrate you, sir. And basically, for me, my journey started out of how would I put it now? I was looking for what to do next after school. And I remember talking to one of my siblings, and I was like, who was already in the field. I have a younger brother who is in the field already as a senior software developer. So I was talking to him like, what's up? What do you think I can do in this tech field? Because I every now and then I'm always seeing him on the system coding. I had no idea of what he was doing at all. I was lost in this world. But he just spoke to me and I tried to look up some skills, check up some things, and then boom, I got my interest in data. I've always been a fan of data right from inception, trying to understand how data works and what data entails. And that was how my journey began. I found interest in data tools, especially the coding aspects. And that was my journey. My journey started about approximately, let's say, 4 years back, give or take. Yeah, give or take. And it has been wonderful ever since. Wonderful ever since. So I believe started with data analytics and evolving into data science, and also a bit of I'm also into the world of business analytics and HR analytics. So that's what my world has been involved in, and it has been growing ever since. So I believe um that's my journey so far.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. Oh, what I hear Daniel say is like he's jack of all trade when it comes to tech. He wants to be an all-rounder. He wants to be everywhere. So it's been an amazing journey. That's a nice one. You don't want to just be in one place. You want to be everywhere. That's good. That's good. Just have a little bit of knowledge of everything. Does not hurt, right? So okay, I don't know if Daniel, if Okweyemi or what's is it Pelumi? Pelumi, I don't know if you're ready. You want to go?
Yes, I am. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, let's have you.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Ola Tolumi, and actually, my own tech journey, my tech story started during COVID. You know, I was locked down everywhere. It's just so I've just been at home. What do I do? So funny part is I had a background in psychology. I studied psychology while I was at school. So when I transitioned into tech, people were like, "What's going on, guy? Psychology that the field you are, what you study really made sense now." But then I find my passion in tech basically because I'm a very inquisitive person. I just want to know. I want to know why this is like why something is what it is. So I started with by developing websites, and one of those days when I started interning with a web developing company in Lagos remotely. I was still in school. I was in my final year. So one of our website got attacked. Someone hacked the website and then scattered everything. And I was informed by the owner of the company I was working with then. So I was like, "What happened? How did this happen?" So that was what prompted me into going cybersecurity. Like, what did we do that we didn't do right? What gave these people access to what gave these people permission to access this website? How did they even get in the website? How did they spread the virus that was spread across the website? So that was what really what's it called? Geared my feelings towards cybersecurity, and then that's been amazing so far. I've got to know how to also secure network. Like, people will not say, I connected my phone to this particular Wi-Fi, and then the next thing I know, they've I can't find this again on my phone. I'm saying this again on so that really, what's it called? That really creates the interest I have in cybersecurity, and then along the line, I get to start, advising people on what to do and what not to do, what to look out for, and then it has been amazing so far. Basically, it has been amazing so far.
Wow, it's interesting to know that it was because your system was hacked that you were actually prompt to go and do cybersecurity. So it's good that you actually took that into consideration. You are indeed an inquisitive person, just to find out what really happened, what you guys didn't do right, that someone has to hack into your system. Like, who dares to hack into you people's system without you people's knowledge? So that was like a good prompt to actually get you started in this space. And I'm so excited for you, because it's something that you love to do, and nature finds its way of bringing it directly to you without you having to think too much about it. So it's been an amazing one. Thank you so much for that journey. Thank you. So I don't know if Tolu is on the call. If you're on the call, please signify you're here. So I'd like to get a little bit about your journey, how your transitioning into tech has been. So I don't know if you're on the call. Can you hear me, Tolu?
Yes, thank you, Lucy. I'm on the call.
All right, welcome. It's nice to see your face.
Good. Amazing afternoon, amazing morning, everybody. It's still morning, don't mind me.
I'm sure Tolu is not in this country. I'm sure Tolu is not in this country. From the way he's looking, Tolu, you're not in this country. Don't even whine us.
I'm actually in this country, yes.
Okay.
I'm in one far away country room. I can see nature right in my front. So beautiful. Nice. Good to welcome. Thank you for having me here today.
It's
Welcome.
Good
to have you. So just to share a bit of my story, my story and journey into tech, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, want to know what it was for you when you transitioned into the tech space as a business analyst.
Yes. So thank you guys. So my name is Tolu. Tolu is my name. You can call me Mr. Amazing. I wear many caps. So I'm a business analyst. I'll come to the story, but I'm a business analyst. I'm a financial analyst. I'm an operations analyst. I do many things. Okay. I do business. I also consult for businesses. So how did I start? I'll say that I think I started when I was in the university. I got interest. I studied as my first degree was pure and applied chemistry. So you can switch from any sciences into the tech. So I studied chemistry. I was in the lab mixing chemical, science students, mixing chemical, but I knew that no, this is not what I was going to be doing. Why? Because back then in university, I saw myself going to seminars, workshops, finding interest in the business world. And I'm like, okay. So it's started getting to me that okay, no, I think that this is what I'm going to do based on interest and purpose. I found okay, I see a problem, I see a gap, I see a need, and even without any research, I'm already thinking of the solution. And most tech courses, especially BA, is you see a gap in a business, in a product, in a service, in an industry, in a system, and you're thinking, how can we make this better? So that drive of me going to seminars and workshops made me to switch into the analysis industry. And it was far back as 2010. I took when it was not trending then. I took the BA course, and I found very interesting. You want to research, develop strategies, and so from my university, of course, I had to finish. I finished my chemistry. Once I finished, I knew, oh, Tolu, I'm going to drop these sciences and switch to the business world. And of course, I took courses in technology management. I took a PG postgraduate course in tech management, and took courses and then take and I found based on research then I think it was also when we're locked down like Pelumi, so it was locked down too. I said, okay, you know what? I was doing business. I was a farmer. I had a fish. I had a pig farm. What I was going to, I could not go to. I had a fish farm. But I'm like, okay, we're home now. But of course, I've been doing courses about then, and so I just switched to. After I've done my PhD in tech management, which I switched from sciences to the tech to the business world, and I started taking courses in business analysis, and then started practicing. After a while, of course, I got so much. My journey was so interesting that I began to train because I found out that it comes to me easily. You see a gap, a problem, a need, and I'm giving them the strategies and concepts and insights from analysis to on what to do, and I get a lot of feedbacks. So that made me switch into business analysis. Okay, in my journey also of over 15 years plus, I now found out that oh, a lot of people that I'm consulting for training for, they needed financial knowledge of that business. I went further to do a financial modeling analysis course, right? So I became also a financial analyst. So I add value to the business, help them with their numbers, help them get all the round figure, all the round picture, the big picture of their business. And it's been interesting. I'm still a BA now, right? I'm still a BA, a financial analyst, and I don't think I will leave the BA industry for anything. Only if they want to maybe give me one. It will still be. There's no how. I found out that there's no how the industry you find yourself. There's always a need of the tech world, BA, cybersecurity, different things is needed. So that's my story, that's my journey, and that's where we are now. Okay, and that's where we are. I think I'll stop here. If there are questions, Lucy or anybody will take it from there. Thank you.
So I'm just going to give you a very sharp clap because I want to say drum rolls for all the chemists in the house because I'm also a great chemist, So it's interesting to see how we study one thing and then we dive into another thing. So your journey has been an amazing one, and thriving in different spaces is something that is good, and you don't just want to be in a space. You want to explore. You want to see how it is in other places. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your amazing journey with us. Okay, so now let's talk about tech as a career accelerator. So I'll be asking Ope, so how has having strong tech skills accelerated your career growth or opened doors that wouldn't even have to be possible otherwise? Can you tell us a little bit about it? How tech has elevated you or accelerated your career growth without you thinking otherwise or doing otherwise? Can you tell us about that?
All right, thank you so much, Lucy, for that question. So tech is technology, and it's important for you to start that way. You'll be shocked that many people have been hearing tech for years and they don't realize that we're actually making reference to, technology. Right. I'm going to keep it brief. So one thing to note about tech is there's a way tech is pictured. For people in tech, they are pictured as people doing hard things. And generally, money gravitates towards value, right? Your ability to solve people's problems, your ability to solve the problem of businesses, your ability to solve the problem of systems. It naturally makes you valuable, all right? And tech is actually a powerful answer to this. So, so speaking as a data analyst, as a data scientist, and as an AI engineer, over the years, I have, had to deploy my skill in all of those areas to provide serious business values, all right, to businesses both in Africa and, of course, in other parts of the world, right? So basically, tech, in my opinion, or from my experience, has opened, big doors, a lot of, contracts, a lot of consultation work, a lot of projects here and there And also it pretty much just gives you a wide array of opportunities, So yes, I've made plenty money from tech. Let me just pause there. I'll be happy to answer more specific questions. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ope, for that. So I'll ask Daniel that what has the acceleration of going into data analyst, what was it like for you? So if you like to answer that question, like having a strong tech accelerated in your growth, your career growth, how has it opened doors that wouldn't have been possible before? Like you being just who you are before, there are certain things you can't do. So has, being a data analyst be like a positive impact for you?
Okay, thank you very much, Lucy. Uh that's a very wonderful question. Basically, before I studied religion and peace studies, and that was just my dream was just to probably get into the UN or the ECOWAS, stuff like that, but that wasn't looking like it in Nigeria. But with data analysis, I have been able to meet various individuals who require the use of data to scale up their businesses, organizations, right? So it has given me a fast track. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? Within the space of 1 year, I can talk of high profile individuals that I've been able to work with that require my services. And because the point is, data helps them to make smart and wise decisions. So you are more like an advisor. They consult you. What do you think about this thing? Do you think is a good is it should we invest in this business? Should we not invest in this business? Do you understand? So you have like they are listening here. Whenever whenever you call, you have access. So tech data has given me access. One of the things that's given me is access, speed. Accelerated speed. You're able to access this information at ample time. Are you getting what I'm trying to say now? At ample time, and helps you make smart and wise decisions. So it has facilitated me. I don't want to go into more details right now, but data has given me privileges that if I didn't go into tech, I don't think I would be operating in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for that. So I'll ask Oluwapelumi these very straight and specific questions. So was there a moment when you knew the transition was worth it? Like you're transitioning into being a cyber security engineer. Was there a time during your career that you felt like, okay, this was really worth my time and all? Was there a time like that?
Yes. In fact, there is always a time, because one thing I've come to realize in this field is the fact that I am able to help more people. I'm able to help more business. I'm able to help more organizations. Made it worth it, because there is so little you can do if you keep all the knowledge of protection to yourself without helping businesses. A lot of businesses are being attacked, and the funniest part is roughly every 39 seconds there's an attack somewhere. Someone a company is being attacked all over the world. So the fact that you are I am one of those who are shielding organizations from this attack makes it worth it. That's why in fact, I'm always grateful that what happened back then happened. Because if it didn't happen, I would still be, who knows, I would still be probably into the career I chose initially. But then it has been an amazing journey so far, and it's really worth it, because the growth that comes with it is not just let me say the regular growth. What I mean by it's not just the regular growth is because once they know you know what you're doing and you're good at what you're doing, the growth comes with speed. It comes in a very speedy way. yeah, so I'm always grateful in the field. It is really, really worth it.
All right. Thank you so much, Pelumi, for that. I really appreciate that honest answer. So this is for, Tolu. So I want to know, how did you balance learning, new skills while managing your previous responsibilities or job? Because I know we have a lot of students here on those call. They have their jobs that they are doing and they want to transition into the tech space. So how did you manage your time? Like learning new skills while you're managing your job and your responsibilities, or at your present place of work while you were learning your job, your tech skills. Like the tech skills, like you did a lot. You did from this to this, from that to that. So I want to know, how did you manage it? How did you manage that time and all? Tolu, can you hear me? Mic check, Tolu.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can. I can now.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Please come again with
Any
your question.
that question.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I said you were the type that went from one job to another and all. So I have a lot of students on this call that are currently working or schooling at the same time. So I want to know how you manage learning your tech skills without it affecting your job at what you do at that current time. So how did you manage this and how easy was it for you?
Okay, yes. Thank you for the question, Lucy. So in becoming building learning a skill, what I would say is that we need to, what I would say, sacrifice, because you are working somewhere, you go there, let's say 9 to 5. You have to leave your house, you work there because you have to earn money, because if you want to take skills or learn something, you still want to pay, right? So you work there 9 to 5, and most times so you can get home tired. But an hour two before you sleep during the day, at night, you can maybe review a course or take a course. And most times I use my weekends, to learn, to take a course here and there, because you know that I take a course 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months, knowing that I got to sacrifice my weekend, my time. It might be stressful, but you are looking at the long term gain, because after you do that course where you were working before, you can, yeah, for me, my learning has built me into getting a job, from one job to another, with increments, with advancements in income, in skill, in knowledge. So sacrifice, because you have to do maybe the classes by weekends or even late in the night, and you know that after 1, 2, 3, 4 months, oh, I've equipped myself, it can make me get more opportunities, more jobs, more income, and all that. So even still now, sometimes I still stay up all night to take a course, to learn something new, to improve myself. So for me, that's the way that I've been able to manage working, changing jobs, and still learning, and even still, training, facilitating whenever the opportunity comes. I think that'll be my input. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tolu, for that. I really appreciate that, because there are a lot of students that will tell you, "Oh, I can't balance this. I can't merge working or learning and then learning another tech skill. I don't have that time." So everything has to be your time and how you arrange it. So thank you so that. As a beginner, did you pursue any certification or boot camp? Would you recommend them? Like when you were learning your tech skills and transitioning into becoming an AI engineer, what tech skills, like what did you learn? Like give them a little brief about how you go about it, your certifications and all the things you were able to pursue just to make sure you stand out as an AI engineer.
All right. Although I missed you for a couple of seconds, but I got a point. Please confirm you can still hear me clearly.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to mention something very important, because So there's a saying that all fingers are not equal, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that everyone wants to go into tech doesn't mean everyone has the requisite financial capacity to go into it. Because typical of me, of course, my own experience was that I did not have so much money. I mean, over a decade ago, I so my journey has been a blend of so I'm self-taught. That's one part, and then the other part is that I've taken very good programs, which I'm going to speak to in a bit. All right. So so I started off by taking programs that I could afford, at the time. I remember, I mentioned how that I took a training with a professor who came to FUTA then. It was an 8 weeks program, and it was worth it. So my logic for growing and evolving was to learn a skill, gain massive mastery in it, probably work with it, because I know that the goal is to become an expert and to gain some level of dominance in that field, right? And over time, I've also learned to develop niche expertise, and that's something you need to learn, as you grow. So I would take a course. I would make sure that I burn candles. So burning candles doesn't mean that I'm using candles. It's just figurative. I'll really be, I mean, very good at it. And then I'll probably, get a job and save up money to take, other courses that otherwise I couldn't afford, previously, right? So half of my learning journey has been self-paced. It's not going to be possible for most people. Trust me. I've not only worked as a professional in the industry, I've also taught people, right? And I can tell you for free that 80% of the times you can't teach yourself coding. Trust me. It's not given to everyone, and I'm sure the expert on the call, they can relate to what I'm saying. It's not actually given to everyone to be able to sit down with Python, to sit down with all of that, and gain the kind of mastery that you need. So even for those of us that learned things ourselves, we still had to take programs. I remember taking a data science certification with University of Texas. So those are very expensive courses, and I'm sure Lucy will be able to provide alternatives to that. I've taken programs of that nature, and Future Africa Academy. I've also gotten some scholarships here and a couple of them. I've also gotten some conference opportunities outside Nigeria, a couple of them actually, and that's one beautiful thing about tech. It opens doors for you. I remember I got a particular conference scholarship to speak at one UN event in Spain some years ago, right? So so that I won't deviate from where we're coming from. So yes, personally, I've paid for programs, but those programs I paid for, some of them are quite expensive. The logic was to pay for those ones that are not too expensive, gain mastery, and then get a job. I was able to, gather money from here and there. Right. So by the way, I'm also concluding an MBA, which is a specialization in artificial intelligence. That was like my second master's degree. Again, it's because I've been in tech for a while, and I'm not saying I have plenty of money though, but at least I'm comfortable enough to, be able to afford a master's program that specializes in AI. So for me, at this stage of my career, if you see me taking, let's say, a master's program in AI or something of that nature, it's not necessarily because of the skill. It's because the way to become a thought leader in the industry sometimes requires certification. And I think, in fact, I think, the other people on the panelists, I would like for them to react to this. I want to be sure that, they agree with me on that point. Right,
Okay.
if they don't mind. So let me just pause there.
All right. Thank you so much, Ope, for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I would like to ask Daniel this very question. Like, there are so many people on this call and they like to know, because most times we preach about networking and strategies, how it has worked best for you. So what is the role of networking, and how has networking actually helped you, and what strategy worked best for you during your transitioning into the data space? So what would you say networking has done for you, and what strategy has really worked for you thus in your transitioning into data? Can you help us share a light to that?
Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, kindly
Yeah, we can hear
signify.
you. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Uh, Networking is very, very important in the role of tech. Very important when you are getting involved in tech. I remember telling somebody recently that, guy, you have nothing to lose. It's either you go all out or you don't go all out. There's no going back. Because the point is that people need your skills. But if you don't tell them that you have this skill set, no one will know that you have those skills. So the best way to go about it is to let people know. Go on your socials, announce to everyone that this is what you do and you do it well. This is what you are good at. There are jobs I've gotten from friends, from referrals, because a friend knows that I'm into this, and then the friend refers this certain individuals to me. That the opportunities I've gotten from church, because everyone knows that, oh, this is what Daniel does. I get what I'm trying to say now. So it's very
Yeah.
important that you do not keep your skill set to yourself. That's one. Two, try as much as possible to go for events, go for tech events. Introduce yourself, network with other tech guys, network with other people who are in your field. It is very important. You cannot you cannot navigate your way around it. There's no way. Because the point is that sometimes someone might have a big project, and let's assume you are a project manager. There's someone that's a web developer. There's someone that is a software mobile developer. There's someone that's, do you understand? It might be a very big project,
Yeah.
and because you have told the person that this is what you do, person makes you have to take events. This is what you do. Let me reach out to you. Oh, guy, I have this project coming up. Would you love to hop on? That's one of the things networking does for you. So the role of networking in tech is very important. Tech is all about networking. It's, but aside from the skill sets, the revenue from tech comes from networking, from meeting people. People know what you offer, and then you're able to sell yourself convincingly that you do this thing well. So that is where networking comes. That is where you begin to reap the dividends from your tech skill. Because the truth is that people, if you don't talk, people around your neighbors, your neighborhood, depending on the community you live in, might not need the service you are offering. Okoyemi was talking about doing masters, doing this, doing that. It's because he can afford it. There are people that can pay for his service. If they can't pay for his service, the reason I'm trying to say now, he has network enough to be able to say he is able to do such. I get what I'm trying to say now. So if you don't network, you just keep yourself on the same place, on the same pedestal. You understand? There won't be noticeable growth. There won't be noticeable growth. So it's just that, oh, I'm into tech. After my learning progress, I've led my learning journey. I tell most of the people that work with me, or some of the people that I teach, because I also teach tech, I teach a level of some sets of people. And once you start your first progress, go on LinkedIn, post what you have done on LinkedIn. Let people know that, oh, you started your journey in tech. It's traceable. By the time you attain a certain level of years, they can, oh, this is where he began from, and this is where he is right now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for that answer. It's very good. So I want to ask Ope one last question, because there's this question that is I don't want to choke him too much because I know that I always like to ask him questions. Like, okay, what advice do you have for people that want to do AI? Like, what course do you think they should start with to become like a very perfect? Because I have those questions. Some students were asking me last week, so I'm eager to know, especially about AI engineering. So, what tech skill do you think they should start with, or should they just dive into AI engineering, or is there a base for them to start from? Can you help me throw more light to that, because I have some of them on the call here?
All right, thank you for that question. So, by the way, I'm going to be leaving in like 5 minutes. I have a meeting at 12. So,
Okay.
good question. So usually when people hear AI, what comes to their mind is generative AI. I mean, everyone has used ChatGPT. You'll be shocked that people have like 90% of their life secrets with ChatGPT. Things that they'll never even tell people, right? So AI engineering is beyond just you writing prompts and then getting a response. It's about building AI systems. And um, while, of course, as a teacher, I would say that it is very possible for you to attain mastery in AI engineering. I must also be sincere with you that it requires a lot of hard work. It's a very technical field that requires for you to spend so much time learning coding, learning systems, also learning how to provide business solutions, because it's pointless for you to be able to create automation, chatbots, and all of those things, and not be able to actually provide real solution to real problems. All right, so it requires a couple of things from domain expertise. You need to define the domain you want to focus on, a couple or collection of domains. But if you ask me progressively, you can start with learning some data skill. You can't do AI without knowing data. AI is the foundation of AI is data. All right, so you want to be familiar with data tools of Excel, to Power BI, to what was that again? SQL, that's SQL, because you'll be relating with databases, right? And also, then you go into things like machine learning. AI combines the logic of data science and software engineering, all right? So, and that explains why, and of course, a bit of data engineering, because you'll be doing some pipelining and all. Now, this question is something that requires individual attention. So how do I mean? While I can speak generally, individuals, based on their background, their interest, and the things they are more inclined to, is very easy to then have a more tailored recommendation for individuals. But generally, what I'm going to say is first dip your feet into learning data stuff. But then if you have a program or an academy that takes you from zero to to an expert level in AI engineering, why not? But trust me, it takes a little bit of time, because you have to go through the route of learning some key things in data science and some key things in actually building software systems, as though you're a software engineer, right? Yeah, before you attain AI engineering. And also when you get there, you would, whatever piques your interest, there are different, pretty much what I'll call specialization, broad specializations, right? There's something called computer vision, there's something called generative AI, which most people, I'm actually familiar with. So I don't have so much time to go into all of the details, but generally you have to be familiar with data field, right? So if you're already a data analyst, it's easy for you to say, oh, okay, so let me explore this. Or if not, start with tools that connect to data. Yes, that's it.
All right, thank you so much, Opeyemi, for that. So for those that have been asking that question, what tech skill do I have to start with to become an expert in AI engineering? I hope you listened attentively. So I'll be moving forward to Oluwapelumi. So I want to ask you, as a cybersecurity engineer, what tech skills do you think people should start with? And what are the pros and cons? Like, okay, these are the things you need to know for you to be an expert or be good in cyber. Do they need any form of knowledge or anything to transition into cybersecurity? So I'd like you to share light on that.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much for that. So
All right, I hope you got me correctly.
yes, oh, you can just
Okay, sure.
what's
Okay,
your
let me go again. Okay, so I mean, what test skill do you think people should start with, or do they need a kind of background for them to dive into cybersecurity, for them to become an expert? Is there something they need to know aside from starting from scratch for them to have that knowledge? Is there a particular basic knowledge they need to have before coming
Oh,
into cyberspace?
okay, thank you so much for that. So, the number one thing you need to know is networking business, because everything boils down to network. You need to know, if you connect one cable from this particular point to another particular point, that is going to transmit data. What are the layers of data transmission and all? So you need to know networking business. That's always the most entry part of it. So once you're able to know networking business, then you know you move to network security, like system security rather. So how do I secure this particular system? What is the right password to set for to be able to protect the system? What's the right password to set to protect your account, your email? What are the words you need to avoid? What are the things you need to not do? So once you're able to figure out this first two steps, then you are very fine and you're on the right path. So all you need to do is just, like Okoya said, if you see an academy that is willing to take you through all these things, because it's not a day journey, it's not a month journey. It might take you 6 months to 1 year, depending on how do I put it, how willing you are to learning and how open you are to expanding your knowledge. Because it goes even beyond classroom, what's it called, the classroom. You also need to be devoted even after after one or two things that you learn in class. You need to go ahead to know how to develop yourself in everything that you've learned in class so far, like practice, steady practice. So yeah, once you're able to start from networking business, you're fine.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Oluwapelumi, for that. Thank you. So for Tolu, I want you to help me tell our students that are looking to dive into business analysis space, what test skill, like what basis do they need to have before they thrive in the space of a business analyst?
All right, thank you, Lucy. And business analysis is so amazing. It's a tech skills that fits into any industry. So I'll say if you find yourself that you are interested in strategy, in research, in solving general business problems, documentation, concept development, and it's a skill that, sorry for that, that's my big picture. It's a skill that whatever career path or knowledge or your first degree is that you're studying, you can always switch to business analysis. So it just requires it's a skill that doesn't require the maybe coding or don't let me talk against the cybersecurity and co networking, and that it's yeah, it's not is easy, but
Yeah.
you need some technical knowledge because you do some research, a bit of analysis using a bit of data, right? But it's a skill that from your knowledge, your career path, your course of study, you can bring the skills and knowledge from that and apply it into the business analysis industry. For example, I still bring some knowledge from my pure and applied chemistry research, my analytical research, and use them in the business analysis world. Every business, every organization that has a product or a service, they require the skill of a BA. So that skill you are going to be learning as a BA is going to be globally accepted. So I would say that you don't require any technical skills, no coding, just some skill that you want to learn and be able to execute strategies, concepts, research, and solve various problems. that will be it for you to learn business analysis. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So I'll be going with my final round of questions for each and every one of you. So Okwe has dropped from the call because he said he had a business meeting right now. So I'll be shooting this to Daniel. So Daniel, I want to ask you, what's that one piece of advice you think you should have had before you dived into the data space? And what advice do you have for the prospects that are looking to dive into the data space? What advice do you think you should have gotten before you started data? And what advice do you want to give to the prospects who are looking to dive into the data space? Thank you.
Okay. The key advice I wish I had was that it take consistency to produce results. I was just thinking that it's all of this I thought was that once I learn data, I'll start making money. I'll start, that was the imagination I had, just understand it. But I didn't really know that I had to practice, 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 and be consistent at it. I had to build a portfolio, make it solid, so that when people require my services, I have a solid portfolio to do the speaking on my behalf. So I wish someone sat me down to make me understand that yes, there is money in this skill, but it will take a whole lot of practice, a whole lot of consistency, and a whole lot of dedication. The moment I realized that it takes dedication into making it in data analysis, I became locked in. That everyone around me were like, is it every time you're always on your system? Is it every time that you're always on your system? I'm just trying to take a break now in a very long while.
Wow.
So consistency is key. Now, advice I would give to anyone who wants to go into tech, not just data. I was talking to a very good friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine yesterday, and she was asking about how does tech relate to our own field of profession, right? And I was making her understand that tech is not just restricted to a certain type of people. I did religion and peace studies, and today I am where I am by the grace of God. So understand your passion.
Exactly.
If you love handling arts, go into project management. If you have love for numbers, go into data analytics. If you love designing, go into UI UX. Do not say because people are going into software development and that is where you feel the money is, you want to go. If you do that, you will get bored. You will get tired. You won't have any motivation to continue. So understand your passion and work with it. I went into data because I have passion for taking for details. No matter how minute it might be, it won't get past me. And that was my motivation. Okay, I don't like designing. Sometimes when I'm even working on some projects I've worked on SQL, I'm taking it to Power BI, I have headache. Like, okay, I have to design here. I do not love designing. But it comes with the job. But all I'm saying is that understand. So if you know that you want to be a product manager, you want to be managing products, go into product management or project management, either ways. If you know you love software, it fascinates you how websites are being created, how apps are being created, go into it. But understand your passion and work with it, because there are times whereby it is your passion that will get you through in tech. Someone was saying that is a business analyst, is a financial analyst. I can tell you that brother loves business, right? And that's his passion, and he's doing well at it. So understand, because if you don't have passion for what you are doing, along the line, you will just lose interest, and then you find something else to do. Nigeria will Nigeria you, and then you find something else to do again. But if you have passion, you will stick to it to make sure that you are successful at this thing. So understand your passion. If you love numbers, you love details, you love paying attention to details, go into data analysis. And if you are coming to data analysis, like I said, dedication is key. Don't say because you've understood Excel, you will leave Excel. Unless because Excel is the lowest in the food chain, you will not go into it. No, you focus on your Excel, focus on your Power BI or Tableau, you focus on your SQL, right? You understand what they call relational databases and non-relational databases. Understand your Python. Okwe was talking about my Python, right? Understand it. It's data. Understand your Python. Understand your functions. It's a whole lot. All those things I'm saying now might look simple, but you need to understand, have an in-depth understanding at it, because there's some data you will see, and the first thing you will scream is Jesus is Lord. But if you have passion for it, it will carry you through and sustain you. That's my advice. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for that insightful advice for our prospects that are coming up. So this I'll be shooting to Oluwapelumi. So I want to ask you, if you were to start your cybersecurity journey today, what would you have done differently? Is there something you would have done differently? And what's your advice for those that are coming up as a cybersecurity engineer?
Okay, thank you for that. So, if I would have start my well, okay. So one thing I would have done differently is that I would have been I'd have put this now. Okay. Let me start this way. When I wanted to you know, join the field, I thought it was all about you know learning tools first, and then when you learn the tool and you display your certificate, you're gonna get job and all. So, but when I entered the field, I discovered that what I could have done differently from the onset is I need to, how do I put it, figure out. I need to get into the head of people. Now, when I mean get into the head of people is you don't need to see things from your own point of view alone. You need to see things from other people's point of view. Yes, I was asking myself, how do they do this? But then I did not think further to put myself in their shoe and then see things from their view. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Now, but when I get into the field and then I get exposed beyond the tools, that's when I now position myself, start thinking. You think permission to say this word, you think like a thief. If you put something somewhere, you need to also think like it is. Okay, if a thief is coming to steal this particular thing now, how is this person, how is he or she going to have access to it? And how is he going to steal this particular thing? So you have to think like a thief. You think like someone. That's why there's something called we called pen testing. Yes, I will design a dashboard. I would design a system, what's it called, a protective system. And then I also try to hack it myself to see if this thing is hackable. Because you have to be two different people. You have to be an attacker. You have to be a protector and also an attacker. So you have to but you create a system that works, but you also need to go and think. You think like a thief now. Say, yeah, like if I want to feel what I've created, what are the things, what are the ways I can use to steal it? You test for the vulnerabilities to be able to protect it very well. So my advice for those who are coming into the field is, number one thing is understand the fundamental. It's like start with the fundamental and also start by
Wow.
knowing how to think. You start by knowing how to think. Like you start by learning how to think rather. So when you start by learning how to think, and you move down to the fundamentals, you understand understand networking, you understand operating systems, you understand how attacks usually happen. don't be intimidated by the word cybersecurity. You don't need to know everything at once. Trust me, you don't need to know everything at once. Rome is not built in a day, so it's a gradual process. So all you need to do is you need to be patient. Number one, you need to be very consistent because patience is key and consistency matters. That's how I said the other time that you learn beyond classes. Yes, it's good to have experts teaching you, but you also need to learn beyond classes. When you guys are done with the class, don't just close your system and be like, that's all for today. Let me, tomorrow we'll come back to come and pick it up from where we left it. No, you need to be consistent. When you get home, sit down with it again, look at it, see, research about what you've learned, and see the new thing. You see, like they can't teach you everything. That's one thing I want to say. Nobody can teach everything. You also need to teach yourself. Like sit down, look at what you've learned, and then look at another way. Like look at new things under that particular topic you learned that particular day, and try it out. If you have questions, take it back to class the next day. Go and ask your tutors. Ask them what. So consistency matters, and then also focus on building real skill. Very key, not just certificate though. Yes, it's good to have certifications, but focus on how to build real skill. So I'd say if you stay curious and discipline, cybersecurity cybersecurity can be a very rewarding and future-proof career. All you need to do is stay curious and discipline. Stay curious and sense that know why. If they say A is A, know why A is A. Why did they say A is A? You need to be curious. You need to ask, and also learn to ask the right questions. Because it's one thing to be curious by asking the right questions. It's one thing to be curious in asking questions that are not even relevant at all. So that will be all from me.
All right. Thank you so much, Oluwapelumi, for that piece of advice. And to my fellow students and prospects that are looking to dive into cyber, I hope you took that down and you abide by it. There's something I always hear. There's just one thing I hear all the guests talking about: passion, passion, and passion. That's only what I hear them say. So I will ask the last speaker, that's Tolu. I want to ask you, what advice do you have for our prospects who are looking to dive into business analysis? What advice do you have for them? So after your answer, we can take a few questions from them and then we'll proceed. So thank you.
Thank you, Lucy, for that question. Yes, for the prospects who want to go into business analysis, I say yes, just start, and just start with the idea that, oh, everything I want to learn, I'm going to apply it. I think it was Dan that said, those who are thinking of BA are thinking of business. Yes, very correct. So if you are the one that, okay, there's a business, a company, a product, a service, a platform, which can be tech or an app or a service, and you know that I can develop the skills, the strategies to solve these problems with different techniques, which in the full BA course, there are different techniques and tools that are used, right? So be ready to say, okay, I'm going to learn this thing. And the interesting thing about BA is that is something you can use as a service. You can use it as a business. That means you can learn it and you can start to earn with it. That means you learn a technique today, for example. Someone was saying you can, I think it was Pelumi that says you should learn and don't just drop it. You can learn a skill today, a technique today, and go and look for a business that has a need for that technique, and you can charge them. You can start to learn and earn at the same time. So for me, I would say, and if I'm also looking for let me use the bracket, the easy course in tech, because maybe you are not thinking of AI, data analysis, cybersecurity. Think of BA. BA, it looks like a bit easy. Of course, you still have to learn and practice, but it's something you can start today, learn today, and begin to earn from that same day. Thank you. That will be all from me.
Thank you so much, Tolu. Thank you for that nice, response and for the advice you have for our students. So I hope you guys have jotted down everything. So this is time for us to know. You heard from our data guest, our AI engineer guest, our cybersecurity guest, and also our business analysis guest. So our form will be dropped by my colleague in the chat box. So you have to fill that form and tell me which program you're interested in doing. So fill the form and let me know in the chat box that you have done that. Just put done, 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 done. If you have filled the form, go to the chat box and tell me done, done, done. So we'll be taking questions from our students. So if you have any question, you feel like you want to ask any of the guests here, please feel free to ask your question and let them answer. So it's time for questions and answers. So make sure you're asking questions, please. Time for questions and answers. So ask your questions because they are here. They are the experts. They are the ones that can answer you. So don't let them go now. You start asking me. I might not have answers to some of your questions because the experts are here. So I will advise you ask them your questions. Okay? So ask your questions. Ask if you want to ask something on business analysis. Tolu is here to answer you. If you want to ask questions on, data, Daniel is here. If you want to ask on cybersecurity, we have Olua Pelumi that is here. Only AI engineer, Mr. Okwe has left. So you can drop your question in the chat box for Mr. Okwe, which I will convey, and then you can drop your email or phone number, or my colleague will also drop his phone number in case you want to reach out to anybody for any question. So please drop the form in the chat box for me. Adetola, please go on. How do you know you have passion for cybersecurity? Okay, Oluwapelumi, do you want to answer that?
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, you said, how do you know you have passion for cybersecurity? So
Yes.
what?
So somebody called
Uh,
Chi is asking that question.
okay. So the first way to know. Let me start an example now. The first way I know that I have passion for cybersecurity is because it is when let's say when it happened to me, when life happened to me, when life happened to me, because like I said, the place I was working back then, the website got hacked and the like. So what prompted what developed the passion is the fact that I was curious. I wanted to know why this particular thing happened, and how best can I secure the subsequent ones? How best can I stop the subsequent attacks? So how you're gonna know that you have passion is that inquisitiveness, like the curiosity. You want to know why an attack happens, you want to know how it happens, and you want to know how to save people, how to protect others. Like you must have the love of protecting others, because you will just see some people will be like, sorry, my WhatsApp just got hacked. You'll be like, how now? And or probably my phone just got hacked and I've lost thousands of naira, I've lost, millions of naira. You've lost one particular thing or the other. So you must have the passion and the curiosity to know why it happens, how it happens, and how can you protect people? How can you be like a guard to people? How can you be like your brother's keeper? How can you look out for people to make sure that they don't become a victim of another hack? So you have to have that fuel in you. Once you have that fuel in you, and you are willing to do everything it takes to protect people, to safeguard their data, to safeguard their money, to safeguard their privacy, then you are good to go.
All right. Chi, I hope that got to you. I hope you understand what he said by having to be inquisitive. So I think when you're inquisitive, you want to know more, you want to know everything about that particular stuff. So the interest form has been dropped in the chat box. If you are not seeing any from someone, Jumoke or Aditola, please do not fill any form from any other person. Please make sure you're filling those forms that is dropped.
Yes, Lucy.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Jumoke. So if there's another question in the chat box, I think I saw it, but it's gone. Okay, thank you so much for this session. What makes the different aspects of data analysis similar and how easy it is to transition business analysis and others? Okay, so I don't know who want to go for this. Is it business analyst or a data scientist? Who wants to go for this? So the ball is in your court, Daniel and then Tolu. What makes the
Can you
different
please come
aspects
again?
of data analytics? Okay, it's in the chat box actually. So what's as like the question says, what makes the different aspects of data analysis similar and how easy it is to transition then into to transition into business analysis and others? So Daniel, I think you might want to have
Okay.
that.
Um, Data analysis, the different tools we use in data analysis are very similar, but um, one tool is more has more in depth than the other. For example, I can't use Excel to treat a large file to analyze a large file. Can you hear me? Can
Okay.
you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think your voice is breaking. Yeah, but it's okay now.
Okay. Okay, so I'm saying that the various tools in Excel, the various tools in data rather, are very similar. But one tool has more in-depth than the other. Now, for instance, I cannot use Excel to handle large databases or large files. For instance, now in the bank has tons of clients, tons of data. Are you getting my point now? Those data are stored in what we call databases. We can't use Excel to handle such. Do you understand? But it is still the same process that we use. Oh, how do we clean data in Excel? Oh, first we must remove duplicates, we must remove non-values. You look for the similar way it is being done on SQL. It's still the same process, the same method, but different ways of operation. Are you get what I'm trying to say now? So for example, now I can just go to Excel, right click on a column, remove it. But on SQL, I have to write a set of codes, a set of queries rather. Do you understand? To perform that same operation. And that is it. So once you understand how data cleaning works in Excel, it is going to be very easy to understand how it works in Power BI. And when you get to SQL, you would understand how easy too it is because you already have a foundational knowledge. So it's just building on each tool as a foundation. So you start on from Excel, you build on it with Power BI, you build on it with SQL, and you build on it with Python. It's just like you're building a house. You know, you first have to dig the foundation, put block. The same way you mold block, the same way you still mold the block till you get to the roofing level. I get what I'm trying to say now. Now, how easy for you to transition? Yes, it's easy. It becomes much easier to transition into BA. But the thing is that you need to understand some certain concepts that work with BA. BA deals with understanding how business works, it deals with stakeholders. You need to understand the school Scrum. There are some theoretical tools, theories that you need to understand. How do you get stakeholders? How do you handle this stakeholder? This stakeholder, does it have more value than this one? What are the how do you get feedbacks from this product? There's what we call Moscow. What Moscow means, what a business must have, what the business should have, what the business could have, and what the business won't have. So you have to understand Moscow analysis, you have to understand pestle analysis and various analysis. These are theoretical things that are used in business. Are you get what I'm trying to say now? But the advantage there is that you already have an understanding of how analysis works. So when it comes to you analyzing the business data, it becomes much more easier. When it comes to business analysis, there are lots of theoretical principles, right, that you need to know. But in data, it's straightforward practical. It's straightforward practical. But in business, you need to understand what principle are we going to use for this. Are you getting what I'm trying to say now? And how do we create business plan? How do we write out this business plan? How do we make sure that this business plan is scalable? How do we send it to stakeholders? Then before, what is the process that we must go through before we can make any alterations or any change in this business plan? Who are the people that are involved? Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? And many more. I can't begin to teach you business analysis on this call. So that was just it. So
all right, thank you, Daniel. I think you still have another one question. This will be the last question, actually, so that we can give our guests their Saturday to go have fun with their family. As you can see, Tolu's baby was crying, "Daddy, Daddy, you need to be with me." So we need to give them their time to go spend their quality time with their family. So this will be the last question for today. So George said, if my degree is not related to data analytics, would it be a problem for me in terms of hooking a job, even though I have experience in the field? And what qualifications are employers looking for to employ me as a data analyst?
okay, George, that's a very good question. I do not have a degree in anything data or anything tech. I do not have a degree in computer. I have a degree in a very red course, which is called Religion and Peace. I studied 4,100 religions to say. And today I am a senior data analyst. So that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. You can get a job if you put your mind to it. The first thing I will tell you is that be good at what you do. George, you need to be good at what you do. So when you are speaking, you're not speaking out of hearsay, you are speaking out of understanding. My first job I got in data, there was a challenge in a particular complaint, and they couldn't solve it. And I just picked up the system, worked on it with Power BI, installed Power BI on the system, worked on it with Power BI, give them a visualization, and that was it. That was it. The rest was it. I didn't do any interview because I solved a problem they had been battling with for months. So you must be good. Two is that one of the things I will tell you is that as someone who is trying to get into data analytics, right, you can build projects, build lots of projects, build projects on Excel, build projects on Python, build projects on SQL. And when employers come in, do not tell them you know how to do it. Send them the past projects you have worked. Let it be like your catalog, right? Let it be like your catalog. Let it be that, oh, this is what I have done. I have experience in this field. Though I may not have a degree, but these are past projects I have worked on. And that's it. Let me tell you this now. People are not looking, employers are no longer looking for a degree again. They are looking at people who can actually deliver on the job. They're looking for people who can actually deliver on the job. So you must be able to, you must have confidence in yourself, have a set of skills that, yes. And when you do a job, when you work on a particular thing, post it on LinkedIn, right? Let people look at what you have done. You will receive corrections. You will receive, oh, this is what you could do better. This way, I did something yesterday. I worked on a set of forms and some other slides, and I sent it to a friend. Though the person is not in the field, I still got corrections and I worked on it, even though I'm a data analyst and all. I get what I'm trying to say now. People would see what you won't see, and once they correct you, those corrections will stay with you, and in your next project, you won't make such mistakes again. So what I'm trying to say is that put your job out there. So I heard in the course of it, someone said, once you are learning, take jobs, practice it. You learn on the job. The best way to grow is by doing. Don't just learn and learn and learn and learn. No, the theories. No, learn by doing. The more you do, the more you go. The more you do, the more you go. And before you know it, someone will see value in what you are doing and then will come for you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for that fantastic answer and all. So, guys, if you have more questions, please fill the form in the chat box so that we can reach out to you during the course of the week and then we will tell you all you need to know about the program you're interested in. So thank you. Aditola is dropping the form in the chat box right now. Make sure you are clicking on it, you are filling it. I've not seen anybody put done in the chat box. If you have filled that form, just put done, done, done. So I know you're filling the form and all. And if you're not following us on our social media handle, you'll be making a very big mistake, because we drop a lot of information on all our socials. Just visit us at amdoranalytics.io. That's our website, and make sure you're following us on all our social media handle. We are on TikTok. I think my network is breaking. All right. Thank you so much, Chika. So thank you to all our amazing guests that have been here with us. I appreciate you all. I thank you for joining the session. Thank you for having this amazing time with us. It will be nice to have you once again, maybe next time. Make sure your doors are open for us to come in whenever we knock on it. So thank you for having this session with us today. We'd like to give you back your evening, your Saturday and your weekend, so you can enjoy yourself, because the year has started and work is resuming, has even resumed, because I see a lot of people still, flexing and all that. But come on, the year has started and we have to follow it up hot, hot, hot. So when we proceeding, I want to tell you how our workflow, our program flow is at Amdoranalytics. So from hands-on training to coaching by industry experts. So the people that will be teaching you here are people that have, they know these things, they are working with it. Thank you so much, Abdulwasiu, for following us on our socials. Thank you, and for filling the form. If you're following us on our socials, go to the chat box, tell me, done. All right, so from hands-on training to industry experts, we have industry experts, people are tutors. They are people that are working in a live company, not just learning this course and come and be dishing it out to they have experience. They are working on live stuff that can explain better to you. So you would like to work with us and study with us, then they help you build your portfolio building, and then you have one-on-one job support. Like when you want to go for a job interview, we run like a demo session with you, a demo interview session with you for you to prep for your interview and all. Those are some of the things you stand to gain when you work with us or study with us here at Amdoranalytics. So how will you learn with us? This is very important, because we get a lot of questions from students. Is it a physical class? Is it an online class? So this is it. Our mode of learning is hybrid mode of learning. What I mean by that is this. So during the week, you're learning live. You are coming live, but it's virtual. When I mean virtual, online, but you're seeing your student, your tutor, just the same way we are having this session. It's going to be like this, where you are learning with your student, with your tutors and your fellow students. You are seeing each other via Google Meet and your LMS. And then at your own self-pace, you are learning at your own self-pace through your LMS dashboard. Okay, so that's like the offline stuff. When we say hybrid, online and offline, the offline is you're learning at your own self-pace and all. Then the classes are weekend-based, Saturdays and Sundays. Then our classes are recorded in case you have an unforeseen circumstances, you couldn't join the live classes. Not to worry, don't say, oh, I've missed it. And these are the advantages that online classes have over the physical classes. So our classes are recorded. If you don't join the live class, there is always an opportunity for you to watch it and watch it again, because it's recorded. Then projects and assignments, you'll be working on live projects, you'll be working on assignments that helps you build your portfolio and all that. Then these capstone projects also are something that you put out there to build up also your portfolio, for employers to know that, okay, you know what you have done. These are evidences that you have done this thing and all. Then the Amdoranalytics community. If you can hear a lot of our guests talking about community networking and all, this is where it comes in. So our community helps you to network with each other and get to meet people that might be of great help to you in the future, people that can connect you to one job opportunity to the other. So don't underestimate the power of a community, and we cannot overemphasize on the power of community. So make sure as you're learning, you're joining our community. Even at this moment, we have communities that are ongoing that you are supposed to be on, because vital information are passed. you will miss it. So, and in this community, you can meet a lot of people, those that are here and those that are not here. So what support means to us at Amdoranalytics, we take it very seriously. We support our students from the beginning time, like from the beginner session. Once you join Amdoranalytics as a student, we hold your hands from the beginning to the end. There's a community where we students interact and you talk to each other, you network and all that. We also help you with your LinkedIn optimization session. Okay, this helps you to actually position your profile for employers to look out to you. Even though you are not submitting your CV anywhere, your LinkedIn should be enough to tell about your journey and what you have done so far. Then CV review, we help you to support you in building your CV so that it can be up to standard and global standard level. Okay, so recommendation letters, once you learn with us at Amdoranalytics, we give you recommendation in case you need them in the future. And then interview preparation, that is the demo session I talked about. When you have interviews, we can run a demo interview session with you to prep you for the interview you're going to so that you can land your dream job. Just like we say, we're going to hold your hand from your learning stage to getting a good job. Then post-training support, that's the community. We continue to support you until you get something doing. So Upwork optimization, those are where we also support you in getting good jobs like online job and remote jobs and all that. You don't need to travel to anywhere. You can be in the comfort of your home and be working with people abroad and all that. So those are the support you stand to gain with us. So I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined. I still remain your amiable host, Ocheji Lucy. Make sure you are clicking into whatever we are doing. So our next cohort is starting on the 10th of January 2026. What a better way you want to start the year by diving into that tech skill you have always longed to learn. So our guests here have told you the importance of each program. So we still have a lot like project management. We also have HR analytics and all. So these are things you want to go in. Make sure you are filling that form and telling us which program you want to join and which month you want to start. It's starting on the 10th and our handle is amdoranalytics.io. Go there, check our prices. Our prices are fair. There are things you can do. There are ways of helping you guys. We also have a form that will be dropping here. That form also is for those, once you refer people, you can take a cut from it. Trust me, that form is for you. Once you refer somebody, you get a percentage back. It's like for us to tell you Happy New Year, welcome to Amdoranalytics. So fill that form. Once we interact with you, we will give you that form. If you want to, bring like 10 people for us, make sure you are getting a good discount. If you are bringing it for us, you're getting a good discount. So George, Adetola or Bolua Tifeda and Sola Jumoke will be dropping their number for you to reach out to. So they will give you all the information you need. And George, make sure you have filled that form to tell us what you need. Okay? So we will be in your DM. We will tell you all you need. So guys, make sure you come to us. We have discount for all of you that have joined this call today. It's like telling you Happy New Year. Have your interest at heart and want to see you at the top, because we want all of us to be at the top. This year is a win-win. It's either you win or you win. There is no time to lose. Okay, so it's a win or win for us this year. It's either you win or you win. So there is no time to lose. There is no time to fail. We are winning this year, and trust me, with Amdoranalytics, it's your best shot to actually win and see you at the top. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to everyone. We appreciate you for being here today. I want to give you back your Saturday, your weekend. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and merry, because the year has just started. Make sure you are joining our next cohort, because I want to see you all in classes. Thank you, guys, and bye for now.